So if you want to see the physical you need a physical mirror, and you go and stand in front of the mirror and you see yourself. Certainly you are the most beautiful queen of the year. And you go there and stand in front and like, beautiful, enjoy it. All of a sudden something happens. A wind blows. A big storm of dust comes and falls on the mirror. Or a mud gets splashed on the mirror. And somehow the mirror also, due to extreme heat, bends up a little and becomes a little crooked. Splashed with mud, bent crooked. You are still standing in front of that. Will you be still the beauty queen? How will you see yourself? Beautiful? Distorted. Why did you get distorted then? Do you run to the doctor then? Oh, I got all of a sudden distorted. My nose went this way, my ear went this way, my face looks ugly. Do you run to a doctor then? What do you do? Clean the mirror. Even after cleaning, the mirror will be still crooked. You have to straighten the mirror also. Clean the mirror and straighten it. Clean and straight mirror will show the real you, physical you. Is it not so? So the same way, if you want to see the spiritual you, what should you do? Close your eyes. You don't see anything. No. You should have a clean mirror. For the physical body, you have a physical mirror, but for the spiritual body, you should have a spiritual mirror. A subtle, clean mirror. Where to get that? You don't need to go in search of it. You have it. And that is what you call mind. Your mind is the mirror of the soul. You can see yourself reflecting on your mind, which is the mirror. Now, if you want to see yourself really and truly, how that mind of the mirror should be. Dirty, colored, distorted, clean and straight. That's what I said last night. Anytime, by your effort or not, when the mind just becomes calm and serene and clean, you see your own peace. How peaceful I am. How happy I am. Why? Because you are seeing your own peace, your own happiness, reflecting in its reality on the mind. So remember that mind is nothing but a mirror. Just like your face is the mirror of the mind, because by seeing your face, people can say how your mind is it not? Face is the mirror of the mind, and mind is the mirror of the self. That's what. It's very simple. And luckily, the most read scriptural book, which you call Bible, has said it clearly. We don't need even to go somewhere in search of some Sanskrit Upanishads and this and that. There is at one point, the Bible talks about seeing God. They shall see God. You remember that part? It says clearly, they shall see God. Where is it said? Beatitudes. When will they see God? Blessed are the pure in heart. They shall undoubtedly see God. And that's what I'm saying now. Blessed are the pure in heart. Blessed are the people who have pure heart or pure mind. Heart and mind is one and the same. When you say he has a good heart, it doesn't mean it stopped pumping. Or when he has a big heart, thank God, he literally doesn't seem to have a big heart. If he has a big heart, enlarged heart, then you have to go to the doctor. Is it not? So you don't mean the physical heart when you say he has a big heart. It is the mind. It is a generous mind. It is in that sense they say pure in heart means pure in mind. Blessed are those who have purified their mind. I'm just putting it in a little yogic way. And once you purify your mind, it becomes clean, is it not? It becomes a pure mirror. And there you shall see God. If you purify your mind and make it into a nice mirror, and then if I say you will see God there, what does it mean? You go, polish a wall, keep on polishing the wall, and then all of a sudden when you polished enough, you will see God there. What does it mean? What do you see there? Yourself. That's it. It's simple. If you purify your mind, you will see God, means you will see yourself as God. See how close it is. What a great similarity between East and West, between all the great sages and saints. That is the essence of biblical teaching. And that is the essence of yoga. What is yoga? Chitta vritti nirodham is yoga, Patanjali says. Chitta means the sum total of mind. Vritti means the turbulence. Nirodham, like absence. When the mind is free from the turbulence, you attain yoga. You attain nirvana. You just use any language you want. That's what I mentioned last night. Our aim is to keep the mind clean, then you see yourself as God. You don't see yourself as God because the mind is a devil, it is distorted. It presents you in a terrible state. And you see yourself as a sort of crook because the mind is crook. But unfortunately, in the physical case, when you see yourself ugly, you don't immediately run to the doctor because you know it is the mistake of the mirror and not that you are ugly. Because you are well used to your physical frame, so you know who you are physically. But unfortunately, in the spiritual level, you seem to be a little doubtful. So you identify yourself as the image, and when you see yourself as a little distorted, you say, see how horrible I am. I'm so disturbed. I'm so unhappy. I really don't know what to do. Why? You are identifying yourself as the image. You have forgotten your true nature. That is the original sin, forgetting one's true nature. Well, now I have said it. You heard it. You will still say, oh, I am a little on the heavy side. I had to reduce a few pounds. I'm a little short. I had to put a little 4-inch high heel. How much we are identifying ourselves as the body, as the mind, as the intelligence, as the ego. Constantly placing ourselves in a wrong area. This wrong identification is the problem. So to realize the real you have to see yourself and get rooted in that knowledge. Keep your mind constantly clean. See yourself pure always. And know that you are always pure, pure, pure. I am that, I am that. I am that, I am. When you get rooted in that knowledge, then even by any chance the mind gets a little tossed up, you will still say, oh, well, I know who I am. It is the mind that makes all the problems. You will immediately isolate yourself and treat the mind as a separate thing, like you treat the mirror. Oh, it's an ugly mirror. I am beautiful. So you won't be affected by your fantasies of the mind. You will treat the mind as a separate entity. Sometimes you may even want that to be. Because if you constantly see yourself as beautiful and pure and nice, you get bored. Sometimes you want to see yourself in a... How many people go into the museums and other places and stand in front of that concave, convex mirror and they make faces. They enjoy seeing themselves, no? Because they are tired of seeing themselves as clean, pure in the mirror. So once in a while you can allow your mind to be like that and enjoy it. So until you get rooted in your true nature, you should keep the mind clean. Then it doesn't matter, even if you allow the mind a little, run around, you won't be affected by it. Because the nature of the mind is that way. The mind is like liquid. It will just want to do all kinds of mischiefs, run around here and there. So now you know that you have a mirror, is it not? If you want to know your true nature, if you are interested in seeing your own true nature always, yourself as the image of God, then you should keep your mind clean. You should not allow anything to come and disturb your mind. And that is yoga. But by habit, the mind will try to run again and again into those areas to get disturbed. So you should have the strength to control it. There again, you should have a strength to control. Then who is that you to handle the mind? It's a sort of intricate problem here. See, you as the pure self, never worry about that. You don't even go and do anything with the mind. It's not the real you who is practicing all this. Who is training the mind? If I say you should train your mind, who is that you? The self? That's what the problem is. You as mind should train your mind. That means a part of your mind, the good part, should train the bad part. That's all. Like in those days, the village schoolmaster will just come and sit there. And you know who will conduct the classes? The senior members. Senior students will teach the classes. The master will just sit there. Occasionally, probably he might nod. Like that, in the presence of the self, the part of trained mind, a clean mind, trains the unclean mind. So the mind itself has two sides. The good side and the bad side. And that is where you discriminate. One part says, no, it's not really nice to do that. You shouldn't be doing that. The other part, nobody is looking at you. Come on. Huh? You just see something and you are tempted to do. One part says, no, it's not fair. It's not yogic. Huh? You shouldn't be doing that. It doesn't matter who is saying. Nobody is there. The Swami is not there. Nobody is there. Another mind says, go ahead. Huh? Don't you come across this conflict in life? That means, so there's always a tug of war between the good and bad. But if the good gets the real light and takes the side of the light, which is the self, then it can gradually control the bad. And that is what we are trying to do. So one has to develop the good side. When will the good side will get enough strength? When it has good atmosphere, good background, good support. That means the association. Your lower nature will try to pull you somewhere, but if the good side of you associates with some better people, then in their midst, you get strength. If you feel like smoking, if you are a habitual smoker, if the cigarette pulls you, you go and stay with the people who do not smoke, then you get a help from them. With good company, you develop the good side of you. With the bad company, you develop the other side. So the company is very important. That's why there is a saying in English, tell me who your friends are, and I tell you who you are. until you establish yourself. Because undesirable habits are like weeds. They just grow wild. If you want to plant a nice big tree, you clean the land, you plant it. But even while the tree grows, the weeds grow side by side. You have to constantly weed out. For how far? Should I be weeding out all through? I say, no, not necessary. Until the plant grows enough. Once it grows enough, you don't need to worry about the weeds, because the weeds will become nice, good manure for the tree. It will just swallow everything. So you have to become a tree. Then you don't need to worry about any weeds. They won't affect you anymore. Because you have gained enough strength. You have grown up.